this segment, we're going to explore some of the more common methods and technical practices used in Agile frameworks. There are many Agile methods and practices, such as Kanban, Scrum, extreme programming, behavioral-driven development, just to name a few. And these approaches can be applied both at the squad level or scaled all the way to the enterprise. Now in Scrum, Hirotako Takeuchi and Ukujiro Nonaka introduced the word Scrum as a term in the context of product development in 1986 in their article on the new product development game. So Scrum's been around for a while. Scrum's an agile approach for managing product development and delivery. Teams or squads work as a unit to accomplish a mission. Scrum and Agile in general challenges those assumptions of traditional sequential approach to product development. Scrum enables teams to be self-organized by encouraging physical co-location or close online collaboration from all members and really emphasizes daily face-to-face communication amongst all team members. A key principle of Scrum is its ability to adapt. Scrum is designed to react to the fact that customers can change their minds about what they want and need. So requirements can be volatile and can be a bit more challenging to address through formal change control used on traditional predictive or plan-driven approaches. Scrum is designed to handle change. Scrum embraces an evidence-based empirical approach which focuses on maximizing the team's ability to deliver quickly and respond to change as requirements emerge and adapt to evolving changes in market conditions. In Japanese, Kanban means visual signal or card. Kanban is a technique for managing workflow in a highly efficient way. Kanban supports Toyota's just-in-time lean manufacturing production system. Some of the key controls that you see in Kanban are WIP and cycle time. Now, WIP is also known as work in progress, and cycle time is generally how long something takes. So WIP is how much something goes through, and cycle time is how long something takes. Kanban is an approach to process change, allowing a better understanding of the workflow. Kanban advises limiting work in progress or WIP. Limiting WIP reduces waste from multitasking and context switching. And if we've ever been in situations where we had to multitask too much or try and do too many things at once, we know that there's a waste of time and energy associated with that. It also exposes operational problems. It stimulates collaboration and continuous improvement. So Kanban itself is rooted in two sets of principles. One is change management, and the other is service delivery, which emphasizes that evolutionary change and customer-centric focus. As you can see, Scrum and Kanban share the same values and principles. They're just applied slightly differently. Mainly, the use of time boxes in Scrum versus no time boxes in Kanban. Scrum releases product increments within a cadence known as a time box. It can also be referred to as an iteration or a sprint. And Kanban releases as needed. Design thinking is a human-centered approach to developing solutions to problems customers may have. This is a very creative and highly iterative approach and requires a fail-fast and quick-learn mentality when coming up with new ideas. So what are the steps? How do you go about starting out with design thinking? Well, it really starts with empathy. Learning about the audience for whom you're designing. Understanding the customer and understanding what their problems are. Putting yourself in your customer's shoes. The next step is being able to define. Creating a point of view from the perspective of the user. If I can understand and empathize with that customer and take their point of view, I'm in a much better position to really understand the problem that they're facing. Of course, once I think I have a pretty good understanding of their point of view, I might want to brainstorm and come up with different ideas. And that's this whole concept of ideation. This is a very iterative approach. And once I have some ideas, I may pick one and build a prototype. And now once I have this prototype, what I want to do, I want to test it with the customer. So now I'll sit down with the customer, and we'll have this prototype that we've iterated on based on the different points of view that we came up with and the empathy that we've learned by talking with the customer, and we showed that to the customer. Now, if this particular user connects with that, we can move forward, and we can use different methods, such as Agile, in order to deliver larger solutions. But if it doesn't work, again, we have this opportunity to fail fast, generate new ideas, work with their customer, prototype some more, test out our assumptions, and really use that iterative approach And so we have something that really connects with the customer problem. So as mentioned, this is an iterative process until the solution matches the user's needs. This process works really well since it requires less investment than if you would have built that full product or feature. Continuous delivery and continuous deployment is a set of software development practices in which continuous integration, automated testing, automated deployment capabilities allow for high-quality software to be developed and deployed on a regular cadence with very limited manual overhead. The main difference between the two is that continuous delivery has that manual step, whereas continuous deployment has an automated step, but generally they're the same thing. Both approaches enable Agile squads to produce value in short cycles, ensuring that the software can be reliably released at any time. So the idea is to build, test, and release the software faster and more frequently. This approach helps reduce cost, reduce time, and the risk of delivering changes by allowing more incremental updates to applications in the production environment. Of course, a manageable and repeatable process is important for both continuous delivery and continuous deployment. So to recap in this segment, we've looked at some of the more common methods and practices of Agile, or these adaptive approaches. The key features to remember are that, one, they're human-centered and really display empathy for the customer. Of course, we welcome user input into the design. Highly collaborative, continuous feedback loops built in, and very adaptable to changing requirements. They're based on very unique thinking, values, and culture, not found in traditional approaches. And they are an alternative to the heavy upfront documentation, plan-driven SDLCs that are slower to market and in responding to change.